As you can see in the clips, it was the first heartbreak for Ronaldo in this tournament, where he lost to France with a score line of 1-0, and till now, it is the deepest run of Ronaldo and Portugal in this tournament. Portugal were knocked out of the World Cup by Spain, who won the match 1-0 in the round of 16, with the only goal being scored by David Villa. The lowest point of Portugal's World Cup journey with Cristiano Ronaldo came in 2014 when they were eliminated in the group stage. They started the tournament with a heavy 4-0 defeat to Germany, followed by a 2-2 draw against USA, and finally a 2-1 win over Ghana. Despite finishing with a victory, it wasn't enough to qualify for the knockout stage as Portugal ended level on points with the USA but were knocked out due to a worse goal difference. Their campaign ended in a disappointment right at the group stage. In 2018, Uruguay eliminated Portugal from the FIFA World Cup in the round of 16. Portugal, led by Cristiano Ronaldo, entered the tournament as strong contenders after winning the UEFA Euro in 2016. However, Uruguay won 2-1, ending Portugal's journey very early. The year is 2026 and probably the last one for the GOAT. It's coming into this tournament for the sixth time and also its final. At the age of 41, could he finally live the epitome of football and cement himself as a GOAT? Only time can tell us that. But for now, we are going for a review of 2026 FIFA World Cup squad of Portugal. As you can see on the screen, this is the official squad list. There is 26 plus 1 members in the squad, with Diego Jota being mentioned in their squad. A very small but beautiful gesture by coach Roberto Martinez. Now, the first thing is to talk about the coach Roberto Martinez. A very good coach, but there is a but. He was unable to win even a single trophy with the golden generation of Belgium. This is all I know about him though. Now, starting with the goalkeeper. There are four goalkeepers: Diego Costa, who plays for Porto, Rui Silva, who plays for Wolves and also brings a lot of experience. He's 32 years old. And the third goalkeeper is Jose Sa, who is 32 years of age and plays for Sporting CP. And the fourth one is Ricardo Vello, who plays in the Turkish league. We all know that the starter is Diego Costa, and he's the youngest as well as the best among all of them. Now moving on the defense, Portugal basically plays with 4-3-3. So four at the back with two center backs and two full backs. For center backs, we have, of course, the Ruben Diaz, 29 years of age, plays for Manchester City, and he's the undisputed starter in this team. And then comes Goncalo Inacio, one of the best upcoming center backs, 24 years of age, and plays for Sporting CP. And the another one is Thomas Araujo, who is also 24 years of age, plays for Benfica. And also, I would like to remind that Benfica were unbeaten in their league. So, of course, for that, you need a solid defense, and this player is very, very, very reliable. And the fourth defender is Renato Vega, 22 years of age, plays for Villarreal, and has a good experience to play, as we all know how much team plays defensively in La Liga. So Diaz and Inacio are the starters, and other two can come from the bench. Now we come on to one of the best stacked position of Portugal's squad. That's fullback. As we know, Nuno Mendes, probably the best left back in the world since 2 seasons, and one of the most important player for Portugal's victory in the Nations League a year before. He is good offensively as well as defensively, and there is no match of how much he can press and suffocate the opposition. Then on right we have Matthias Nunes, a player who used to play in midfield and started playing as right back in the Pep Guardiola system a season ago and has been one of the best offensive player in the Pep system. Then we have Joao Cancelo. We all know and should admit that he's sit defensively, but when it comes to offensive football, he's best in the business. A player who can put a pinpoint cross to striker head, and we all know what kind of headers Ronaldo can score. Then we have Diego Dalot, a player who is
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
plays good football on his day, but as a bench player, he's a great addition to the team. Then we have Nelson Semedo, who is a decent player to have as a backup option. Can be good substitute in case of injuries as he has got the experience. Now we move on to one of the strongest position of Portugal's squad and the reason they could go on to win this entire tournament. In my opinion, okay, in it is my opinion, this midfield is the best midfield among all the countries in the tournament this season. Starting up with the best, when I say best, I really mean it. There is no better midfielder than Bitinha in this world, and of course, he plays for PSG, who are the back-to-back Champions League winner. Vitinha, as we all know, can do everything. He can attack, he can defend, he can press, score goals, assist, and sometimes also score some outside the box goals. There is no match for such a player, and he is an engine who can do everything continuously for 90 minutes. He's a warrior in the team who fights for every ball and makes the move. Talking about the warrior, I have another player in my mind. And when I said warrior, I meant it. He's the one with the mindset of the monster and probably the youngest player in the team. And does the dirty work, wins the ball, tackles opponent, and off the wall, he can be one of the best weapon a team can have. And a player who can even score headers even after having a small height. If any seasonal fan is watching him for the first time, then he may look like a bookie to you, but don't fall for it. He's a beast and a monster that every team seeks for. And now we talk about the magician, the creator, and probably the best creator in the entire world. He just broke the assist record for the Premier League with 21 assists. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I am talking about none other than Bruno Fernandes, a player who has been carrying United since I don't know how many seasons. If he was not there, they could even have been relegated from Premier League. And also, he can do the job of both the midfielders I stated above. But his best always comes in that number 10 position, where he could create, he supports the team and a player with the creativity and charisma. This was the intro to the best midfield. Now let's talk about their bench counterparts. First one to talk about is Bernardo Silva. This man can play anywhere in the field from right wing to attacking midfielder, center midfielder, defending midfielder, if even as a fullback sometimes. One of the most versatile player in the world and brings a whole lot of experience in the team. He's even set to join Barcelona very soon. So Barca fan, get ready to see some Bernardo ball. The another one is Ruben Neves, who could be starting for the Portugal in place of Joao Neves. He's a coach favorite, a player who is called up by the coach no matter what their form is. Uh, One of the key players for the team, and when it comes to the defensive stats, he's goated and the favorite of Roberto Martinez. Plays for Al Hilal, so I don't know much about his form, but when he plays for Portugal, he always plays very well. Samu Costa is the additional player they have brought in case of injuries. He's a player who has a very good offensive output, 7 goals and 2 assists, playing for RCD Mallorca this season. This is a very good stats and can be said as a good sub in case of injuries, but hope there won't be one. This was all about the Portugal's midfield. Now it's time to talk about the player in the attack. In my view, it is one of the positions where Portugal lacks quality. I have seen most of these players play and their output is, my god, horrible. Most of them lacks consistency. First, let's talk about the man for whom this Portugal has to fight. He has carried this Portugal team from a long time, and finally it's time for others to carry him and help him complete the football's biggest glory. At the age of 41, Ronaldo is in the squad, and I think he's the oldest player in the entire tournament. Things that he have achieved and to the levels which he has achieved is of another. But the thing is, he still has this fire to put his boots on and come to the field and play is a thing that really made me fall in love with this player. Now, talking about his form, he had just won the Saudi Pro League with Al Nassr. He was also in the final of Asian Europa League, where he was very unlucky in the final and lost it. Talking about his stats, he had scored 30 goals and given 5 assists, 37 matches in total. Also, he's at 973 goals and is only 27 goals away from being a first player to score 1000 goals. He has got a very good numbers for the player for his age, and he will be playing as a starter as far as we know. His playing time is an issue that should be managed by Roberto Martinez, as it is a thing that could even backfire if not managed properly. His experience and ability to play is most important, and it is very important for Portugal to win this tournament. If they want to win it, the experience is very important, but it should be properly managed. Now let's talk about the left wing. I think Joao Felix should play as a starter. He has got decent numbers and has played throughout the year alongside Ronaldo in Al Nassr. Talking about his start, he has scored 26 goals and 19 assists in 47 matches. Those are very good numbers in my opinion, but it is Saudi Pro League. Come on, so I don't really know if it's due to the lack of quality or he has started to play good there. While playing in Europe, I've seen him. He is one of the most inconsistent player. He was one of the most inconsistent player in Europe, but when it came for national team, he played well. So this is the reason why, due to which I think Roberto Martinez is counting him a player. He's a kind of player who can play as a prime Neymar in one game, and in another he will look like Timo Werner. On right, I don't see any undisputable starters, but most probable player is Pedro Neto. Plays for Chelsea, has got 10 goals and 10 assists in 51 matches. Not up to the mark, but can do the job. The most important thing about him is his ability to press and off the ball movement. Else right back to defend, and he's very hardworking. He's more like a right midfielder than a right winger. Other players include Rafael Leao. He's a player who never stops laughing, always has that cheeky smile in his face. Maximiliano Allegri tried him as a center forward and he failed miserably in AC Milan. He has got 10 goals and 3 assists in 31 matches, which is very bad in my opinion. The good thing about him is his pace. On his day, he is a different beast. He's one you shouldn't fully rely. I think it would be better if he is used as a bench player rather than a starter. Now, another warrior of Luis Enrique is in this team. Yes, I am talking about Goncalo Ramos. He's a decent player and the substitute for Ronaldo. He has got 12 goals and 4 assists in 41 matches, which is good considering number of minutes he has played. He often comes at the end of the game as he plays for PSG. He has got that pressing ability and could be a good weapon to have in a team. He's very, very good when it comes to off the ball movement. Another player is Francisco Conceição. He plays for Juventus in Serie A. Has got 3 goals and 4 assists. His numbers aren't that good, and I also don't know much about him. He did score a beautiful outside the box banger against Germany in the Nations League. It was a ridiculous goal. If he can come from the bench and do that, then I think it would be enough to provide, as there are enough creators and goal scorer in this team. Another player is Trincao. He could also be the starter. He's a beast of a player and had one of the best campaigns of his life. If any team needs a creator, a box crasher, then he could be a very good option. He has played 4,600 minutes in this season. 4,600 minutes in this season. In 54 matches, he has got 13 goals and 18 assists, and they are very, very good number. Decent performance in Champions League. He's a quality bowler, and why none of the clubs in Europe are coming from is my question. There are even no transfer link for him as a player, which is very surprising to me. That's a discussion for another time, but he's a bowler and can play as AMF and even on wings. So a very versatile player. Is quality and most reliable, I think, among all the forwards. And the last one is Goncalo Guedes. He's a left winger, has played 39 matches, has got 9 goals, 8 assists. They are not the bad number considering he plays for Real Sociedad, a player who has played in Premier League, La Liga, Portuguese leagues, French league. He has played for PSG, Wolves, Benfica, Villarreal, and currently he is in Real Sociedad. A player from the bench, so he's not gonna be playing much, but he's a decent one. This was all about the Portuguese attack.
So this was all for Portugal's 2026 World Cup squad review, and I think this could be the lineup which could be starting in the World Cup. So thank you for watching. Do like and comment on the video.